Brigade 75 Wives in Munich will sponsor a crystal factory shopping tour to Kufstein, Austria on Tuesday, November 2nd. A bus will depart the Perlacher Forst Family Theater at 8:30 in the morning and should return around 5:30 that afternoon. Fees may be paid to Diana Groth, Building 335, Apartment C5 in the Perlacher Forst housing area. The sign-up deadline is tomorrow.
Hello, John. I see you're going to the dinner dance tonight, too.
Yes, Martha. I love these dinner dances sponsored by the Order of the Eastern Star. They're so lively and interesting. Well, please, after you. Why, Martha, what on earth is the matter?
This is no Order of the Eastern Star dinner dance.
Of course not, silly. This is the Order of the Eastern Star dinner disco.
The Augustine chapter of the Order of the Eastern Star with a dinner disco October 30th at 7:30 in the Gaststätte Schuster. Call Augsburg Civilian 402-457. Augsburg Civilian 402-457.
Did you buggy with your baby in the back row of the movies?
Now, John, don't be fresh.
I'm not at all fresh, Martha. I'm just trying to keep from going senile.
The Amazing Rhythm Aces, the end is not in sight. Well, that's for sure. It's 7 minutes before 3, and here's Rick Dees and his cast of idiots with Disco Duck. Stay tuned for news coming up shortly on AFN in Munich. We'd like to remind you about the AFRC Chiemsee Tours office. They have several tours of interest. On Friday, there's a tour for some Christmas shoppers, and on Saturday, there's a tour to Salzburg. You can get further information from the AFRC Chiemsee Tours office. That was Yvonne Elliman with Love Me. News next on AFN.
Psst. Hey, lady.
Who's there? And what do you want?
It's me, Dirty Harry. And I got a deal you can't refuse.
Oh, what kind of a deal?
There's a ladies' exercise class being held every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 in the morning until 11 a.m. at the McGraw Gym in Munich. What's beautiful about it, there's a voluntary instructor, so the class doesn't cost a penny. You better take advantage of it.
That sounds wonderful. I think I'll go and sign up right after I listen to AFN Munich.
It's 3 o'clock in Central Europe.
AFN News from the wires of the AB and UPI.
Good afternoon. I'm Dan Allen, AFN News reporting. The Soviet Union has announced that it will strengthen its defenses, but at the same time, the Kremlin said it is cutting planned military spending for 1977. The defense policy statement was delivered by the Soviet finance minister at a meeting of the Supreme Soviet, the Russian parliament. The minister said the Soviets favor a curbing of the arms race, but he added that the Kremlin, in his words, cannot ignore the machinations of the aggressive forces of imperialism and is compelled to strengthen defenses. The minister announced a 1977 defense budget of just under $23 billion. That's down from some $23.5 billion last year. Christian militia leaders in Lebanon are predicting the eventual collapse of the latest pan-Arab ceasefire. That prediction, issued today, was coupled with a series of statements that will sorely test the guidelines of the new truce. The Christians said they will not allow a pan-Arab peacekeeping force to police Christian-held areas in Lebanon, and they vowed to drive the Palestinians out of southern Lebanon in defiance of an earlier agreement that would let the guerrillas use the area to mount attacks on Israel. Yesterday in Cairo, Arab League ministers added their endorsement to a Lebanese ceasefire agreement forged by 6 key Arab leaders at a summit in Saudi Arabia. But the Arab League meeting failed in efforts to set up a peace force to guarantee the Lebanese truce. Authorities say 7 persons have been killed and more have been injured in a train crash in southern Holland. Dutch railway officials say a commuter train slammed into the rear of a freight train stopped near the town of Goes. Officials say the accident was triggered by an equipment failure, which allowed the passenger train to cross onto the track where the freight train was stopped. President Ford has targeted inflation as what he calls the deadliest enemy of those living on a fixed income. In a campaign broadcast released today, Mr. Ford focuses on the plight of senior citizens attempting to cope with inflation. The president renewed his call for congressional enactment of a health insurance plan that would cover all but the first $750 of the cost of treatment of prolonged illness. As Mr. Ford put it, there is no reason older Americans should have to go broke just to stay well. Jimmy Carter says he's not overconfident, but the Democratic candidate already is planning his first weeks as president-elect. Speaking in Chicago yesterday, Carter outlined some of his plans, including meetings with the bipartisan congressional leaders to map foreign policy. Carter is campaigning today in New York and Pittsburgh. For a report on activities today in Washington, here's UPI correspondent Mike Kellerman.
News organizations and television networks and a record company today will be waiting anxiously for a decision from a federal court here on how and when the court will draw up guidelines for the release of Nixon White House tapes from the Watergate cover-up trial. The court ruled yesterday that some 30 White House Oval Office tapes containing conversations between Richard Nixon and his aides can now be made public. The court is concerned that once released, the tapes will be sold for profit. With Election Day only 1 week away and the race between Ford and Carter apparently close, voters and candidates will be watching public opinion polls with careful attention to see which way the wind is blowing. What seems to mystify many is the different results that polling organizations come up with at the same time. Well-known pollsters George Gallup and Lou Harris are bound to address these and other questions when they appear together today at the National Press Club. That's Washington. This is Mike Kellerman.
Authorities will be beating the bush in northwestern Georgia today as the hunt continues for one of 6 vicious lions that escaped from a private zoo. The U.S. dollar slipped a bit on the Frankfurt money market today, but although today's fix of 2 marks 40.62 is fractionally lower than yesterday's, tomorrow's military rate of exchange will remain at 2 marks 39 to the U.S. dollar. And that's news from the wires of UPI and AP. The next news at 4, I'm Dan Allen reporting.
Boy, are these night marches a drag. Yeah. Oh, no, another chemical attack.
Here we go again.
Hey, Myopic, come on. Time to start marching again. Leave your mask on. What are you walking those trees for? You blind?
I sure am without my glasses. I can't fit them under this mask.
Well, go to the eye clinic and get prescription mask lenses.
Can you do that?
Sure. Hey, watch out for that. Oh! Cliff.
Looking now at the weather forecast for Munich and southern Bavaria, mostly cloudy skies this afternoon with fog and haze. We'll have light and variable winds. The low tonight about 32 to 39 degrees and the high tomorrow 45 to 50. Tomorrow we'll have continued cloudy skies with fog and haze throughout the day. Presently, under overcast skies, it's 45 degrees Fahrenheit, 7 degrees Celsius.
Ladies and gentlemen, specialist Harry Little on AFN Munich.
American Forces Radio.
Talk about sunshine that's not here. That's Neil Sedaka and Make Your Own Sunshine. Yeah, well, not only is there a lack of sunshine today, but the temperatures dropped 5 degrees Fahrenheit, around 3 degrees Celsius, just in the last hour. Well, here's Natalie Cole and Mr. Melody.
Hi, this is Scott Brown with information about the Armed Forces Recreation Centers, and we'd like to pass on a special invitation to you right now to see the AFRC Ski Information Show. This traveling multimedia show will be in Munich on November the 2nd and in Augsburg on November the 4th and the 16th. The show features a complete ski equipment demonstration, a display of the latest in ski clothing for the 1976-77 ski season, ski movies, and an AFRC ski information slideshow. Also offered are door prize drawings for complimentary ski lessons and lift tickets at AFRC ski areas. Information on all AFRC winter activities will also be available at the AFRC Ski Information Show, as well as detailed information on skiing in Garmisch, Berchtesgaden, and Chiemsee. Hope to see you there at the AFRC Ski Information Show when it comes to Munich on November the 2nd and comes to Augsburg on November the 4th and the 16th.
Going Home, the Average White Band. This next selection is requested by Spec 5 Manic of the 66th MI Group. It's one from Chubby Checker. Chubby Checker by special request. The Bot Idling Center is having a Halloween party for children in grades 1 through 3 on Saturday. It begins at 2 in the afternoon, and everyone is reminded to wear a costume.
Here's what's on at the movies.
At the Family Theater in Munich today, it's Win, Place, or Steal. It stars Dean Stockwell, and it's rated PG. A Walt Disney picture showing at the McGraw Theater in Munich. It's Bill Bixby and the G-rated The Apple Dumpling Gang. At the theaters in Augsburg, first at the Long on Sharon and Concern, it's Billy Jack, a PG-rated film with Dolores Taylor. Shampoo is showing at the Flack on Flack Concern. It's an R-rated film, and it stars Warren Beatty. At the Garrett on Reese Concern, it's Echoes of a Summer. It stars Richard Harris, and the film has a PG rating. The Kino Corner Theater in Bad Aibling is closed this evening. At the Flint on Flint Concern in Bad Tölz, it's Roger Mosley in the PG-rated Leadbelly. At the Watsman in Berchtesgaden this evening, it's A Reason to Live, A Reason to Die, a PG-rated film starring Telly Savalas. At the Alpine in Garmisch, it's Lies My Father Told Me. It's a PG-rated film, and it stars Len Bierman. At the Chiemsee Theater at Chiemsee, the movie is Airport 1975. It stars Charlton Heston, and it's rated PG. And that's your Wednesday Movie Memo.
American Forces Radio.
It's 24 minutes after the hour of 3. Hey, here we go. All right, more music on AFN. Ensure a fun-filled afternoon, Friday, for your children at the Kinderland Nursery's Halloween party. To make reservations for the party, call Munich Military 6262. The fun begins at 2:30 Friday at the Kinderland Nursery.
My name is Cora Louise. I'm an administrative assistant and a recovered alcoholic. I came to Alcoholics Anonymous 15 years ago after spending many years with a psychiatrist trying to find out why I drank. Since I've been in AA, my life has changed completely. It's filled with positive things. AA really works if you want it to.
There's an AA meeting tonight at 7:30 in Munich at number 33 Kalbachstrasse in room 108.